All right. Hello, Sovereign Life team. Today is July 27th.
June 27th.
June 27th, 2022. And we are going to be starting to plan an event on this call. Really excited about that because I think we've all been itching for that in-person connection. I want to congratulate Sam before we get started because she sold a mattress topper, not the whole sleep system, but mattress topper, taking advantage of that 30% off promo deal. Good job, Sam. Maybe just tell us how that went down. How that sale went down.
Thank you. Yeah, it was actually just a customer who actually had bought one previously. And I let her know about the promo, and she wanted to buy another one for another bedroom in her house. So, and she also is getting me in touch with 3 other people that I asked her if she knew anyone that would benefit from it. And I'm in contact with them right now. So hopefully going to make a few more sales before the month is over.
Yeah.
So
Well done.
Solid.
it's the move.
Hear that. And now we have free shipping too. So Nikan is really giving us all the tools we need to make those sales happen. Elena also sold a sleep mattress topper, so congrats to her as well.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely planning to do a couple more before the month end as well. Honestly, yeah, I've been going through a lot of like the referrals route too, people who already have products that would benefit from either exploring the sleep now because they had the water, or would know someone that would benefit. When you start to realize like what's being offered on the table too, like this promo is insane.
Yeah.
In terms of like what's available to you. Like it's like money on the table. Like you're getting such an incredible deal. So I don't know. You
And
share.
if maybe you don't know anyone personally, call someone up and ask for a referral. I think that's a really powerful tool. Like it's not nearly as it's way more effective to get on the phone with someone than it is to post something on social media. I think we can all agree on that.
Yeah. And the question that I've personally been focusing on is like, yes, do you know someone that would benefit from this product? But more specifically, do you know someone who struggles with sleep? Like find out specifically, paint an image in their mind of someone that would need a product like this. Anybody would benefit from this sleep system.
Anyone.
Especially in today's climate. Absolutely anybody would benefit from sleeping on the topper. But just find out who's actually in more immediate need and then go from there.
Totally.
Yeah. Okay,
so like I said, we want to host an event, and we want it to specifically be a recruiting event because we are trying to, the goal right now is to grow our team and not to just grow our team, but to find really strong, committed partners, people who are going to show up, who are going to put in the work, who are going to treat their business like a business. I think we're just trying to elevate the whole frequency of the Sovereign Life team, because we've been at this for a year now and we've learned a lot in the process. But of course, our team isn't where we want it to be. We're so happy with the people who are on our team. We love you guys so much. But we just know Sovereign Life needs to be worldwide. And we're just ready to go and blast off.
Right.
You know?
Right. Yeah.
So I don't want to recruit one person at a time anymore. I think that's nice. It's great. It's, given us the practice we need to get to this point, to build up our own expertise, to get a really strong understanding of how the business works. But now we're okay, let's start recruiting multiple people at a time. And I think the best way to do that is with an in-person event, and then I know some people on our team kind of struggle with reaching out to one person. We have doing things. I still think it's a skill that you need to master at some point. There's no getting around that.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping that you can build a little bit of confidence by leveraging the team and instead focusing on inviting everyone you want to know about this to an event.
Right.
Instead of having to call them up and have a conversation with them yourself, at least at first, because that is something you need to learn. It's just a skill that needs to be developed to succeed in this business.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's kind of the vibe. And That's a vibe. We want to have this event in a really short period of time, like in a soon time, because Sam is going to be going away to
Well,
Italy.
These are the options that are available to
Yeah.
us. Because Sam, you said you were back August 5th, but you leave what, July 21st?
22nd, yeah.
Second. So the two options, main options available to us right now are have an event before July 21st, which is technically in 3 weeks, or have an event when she comes back in August 5th. Actually, bonus option, have both, because once you do the first one, it's really easy to duplicate, the second, the third, and continue to keep that momentum. So
Right. And then all those new people who joined from the first event, they can bring their prospects to the second event.
yeah,
And then that's just how we create a rhythm. I think we should be doing like monthly events.
I agree. My questions are like, okay, so then what do we need to iron out in today's call specifically for us to start moving forward with the event? We need to have the date outlined. We need to know 100%, similar to how we did it with our last event, like who's committed to this event. Because technically, like,
Moya said July
11 to
11th to 13th, I'll be in Sarnia.
okay, that's
Yeah.
no problem at all, because
Yeah,
it would
okay, that's
probably
the
be,
dates we're looking at.
it's probably gonna be on the weekend.
Is there a calendar that I
Yeah.
can look at?
Honestly, guys, before July 22nd just seems a little rushed for me. I also
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm like in discussion of maybe going somewhere also for my birthday, but
Okay.
it would be either before, but I was also talking about August. So I feel like, I don't know, we might have to have more than one event, because I feel like to plan just for like when only people are here might be tough. Because what if other people are away at different times?
I mean, I don't know how much planning really needs to, like, I think we have more than enough time if we were even to host it on like July 16th. Really, the only thing we need to focus on is getting the word out. And then amongst ourselves, we can plan like what the content is actually going to be. But that doesn't take 3 weeks to do. That's just like sitting down and having maybe
Yeah,
a meeting or two.
Like amongst all of us, it would be more than feasible. I think
Yeah,
so.
like we don't need to
I'm
overcomplicate.
just saying, like, my focus isn't.
A business pitch,
Isn't
know?
fair
Like
for the
imagine you're
business.
inviting a bunch of investors to come hear your pitch for your business. That's the way we need to see it.
Yeah, like we don't want to overcomplicate this event either. We want to make it very direct and intentional with who it
Yeah.
is that we're inviting, specifically because, like Sophia mentioned too, it's not even the fact that we want to increase the pace at which we're recruiting, but we also want to work with people who just get it at this point. Like we really want to be working with people who are not needing to be, who essentially have taken the training wheels off in some way. Like they're ready to run. So those are the kinds of people that would show up to an event that would share an opportunity like this and be like, yeah, okay, they don't need the fluff.
Yeah.
They don't need the fluff, right? But so essentially, why do you want to do the 16? That's a Thursday.
No, you're looking at June. This
Oh,
is July.
oh,
I
Oh,
will not be able to do that,
okay.
why
well-
not, Saf?
because
Right
it's
about.
my birthday a few days before, and I was thinking of going somewhere or doing something else on the weekend, and I don't want my focus to be on that. And honestly, like I'm really not there with my health right now. Like I wasn't expecting to do something in the next few weeks.
Okay, so what if we set up 2 dates, let's say, and the first one you just didn't commit to?
See, but I don't think that's really fair either, because I would plan on doing one like a little later, but we're also not doing that because Sam's not here. So
What do you mean? We were just,
Yeah.
It's all, I think let's definitely try and do 2 events. Like let's try and make this monthly. Like
Mhm.
you guys said, it doesn't take 3 weeks to plan everything. Sab, I feel like totally understand with your health stuff, but like even this could just be like practice to even get like a foundation. Like this could be just like we think of it as like almost like a test run.
I was
Before
talking about doing this at the end of July, and now like that's being pushed earlier because you're going away, but like that doesn't work for
Yeah.
everybody. So
It's
like,
just booked for like 6 months and you haven't booked anything yet. So like that's why it's kind of like not the
No, but
same.
Meaning we were planning, like,
Okay.
discussion was for the end of July.
It's still the end of July. It's gonna be
Yeah.
like July 20 something, like it's gonna be right before the 22nd, which is like still the end of July. But
What about July 17th? Sab? That's a Sunday.
I said not that week, the weekend. That's what I was saying.
'Cause you
Not
want
that weekend. Like that's too early for me.
Okay.
all right, so then we do it in August.
Yeah.
Like the earliest weekend would be the 23rd that I could do.
Okay.
Well. Let's see.
So then that would just mean we
Yeah,
did,
We're just not gonna have. everyone there. Okay, well, why don't we just plan then to do it when we can all do it?
yeah. Okay. What if we did like
August 13th, that's a Saturday.
Saturday or Sunday?
It's
Saturday?
a Saturday. Yeah,
No, I
think
know.
Saturday is better.
Okay.
Hope we plan to do this event.
Why don't we do the beginning of August?
Sam comes back on the 5th.
It's a Friday.
What if we plan? Would you be able to do the 6th if we planned? Or the 7th?
Yeah.
I don't, I have to confirm what day, hold on, that I'm coming back.
I also feel like now that I'm thinking about it, I would prefer to do a Saturday over a Sunday. Just because I feel like Sundays are usually people's like rest day
No,
off.
Saturday is definitely the best day.
Yeah, and then I feel like the 6th would be a little bit too rushed.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I come home on the 7th, 8th, because it doesn't make sense that I come home on a Friday. I would be back on like just the Monday technically.
I think August 13th then.
Yeah.
August.
Yeah. Unless we literally just do another one without Sam there. On
Yeah.
like, the 20th or the 23rd or the 30th, even the 23rd, I would say the 23rd. That gives us at least. Well, that gives us 3 weeks in between. That gives us 4 weeks. No, three. 3 to the 23rd and the 13th of August.
I would say
about-
the 10th or the 13th.
What about the other event that I mentioned as well?
Pardon?
The
Like wellness event.
yeah, like we definitely want to have, so there's more than one kind of event that we want to have right now, but I think what we're focusing on first and foremost is a recruiting event.
I think we need to build our team.
Yeah, like a sponsoring event, like keeping it as simple as possible at this moment in time, so
Like,
that we can create the most result. Like we're looking to generate results as much as we possibly can.
mhm.
And also not only that, get our feet wet so that like once we got a rhythm going, we can start to integrate more than one event at a time. Like I'm sure we could do all of this, but I see like the wellness event is like a nice complement to the recruiting event, but I see the recruiting event as like being more
Yeah,
paramount.
just when would you want to do the wellness event is what I meant. And then why I think we do need a good amount of time for the events isn't for the planning of it, it's more so for the advertising of it. Because last time I found like I invited so many people and a lot were interested, but literally none of them could come because they already had things like booked 2
Yeah.
weeks in advance.
I mean, I definitely agree, especially for the summer, because everybody's like going away. But I think if we can give ourselves at least a month to reach out to people, give them time in advance to like plan accordingly.
Yeah, but then if someone schedule something a month in advance, sometimes like when the day rolls around, they just like don't come.
Right, but I'm saying at least 3 weeks time frame for us to be able to send out all the invites and reach out to people and take that time to like actually promote it.
Mhm.
When we did our last event, I think I did it in 2 weeks. I reached out to everyone
Yeah.
about 2 weeks in advance and I got a really good response.
Yeah. so do I.
But I'm also giving more
Yeah.
time, given that it's the summer. People have
Right.
things
I
booked.
was so, but for me, I did the same thing. I did 2 weeks and I got a good response, but I didn't get anyone coming because everyone had like had something going on.
Yeah. So that's the thing though. I think, okay, this is how I'm feeling. Like even 437, they had 4 people show up to their first event. The way that I'm seeing it is like we work with what we've got right now, even if it's just 2 weeks out, 3 weeks out, whoever shows up, shows up. There's nothing stopping us from doing another event to accommodate the overflow afterwards. So I think the point is we just need to start getting our feet wet, get a rhythm going,
Yeah.
because the first event is not going to be the greatest outcome. Naturally, it's going to grow over time. So and we can't anticipate who's going to be here and all of that. We actually just cannot. It's going to be different for every person. So
Yeah.
I think anywhere from 2 to 3 weeks in advance is a good enough window to work with. Whoever shows up, shows up. We still show up 100% every time, same energy, and we continue from there.
Well said.
Okay,
Okay, so August 13th. Put it in the calendar.
highlight it, bold it.
Save the date.
August 13th. Okay, location.
I think we should just
Do your
it in
dad's
our dad's
backyard?
house.
Will he let us?
He'll have to. It's one day, okay? It's one day. And it's benefiting his business. So
Yeah. So to be confirmed, but most likely Mike's backyard. Okay. What other? Okay.
Yeah, it'd be cool to set up a bunch of chairs back there and do like a presentation. with the
Mm-hmm,
thing.
for sure. For sure, for sure. Yeah.
Because I don't know if he'd want everyone like giving his address out. I don't know.
That's true. He might not.
He's mentioned it in when we did the last one that like we could do it in the basement. Like he mentioned that.
Well, I mean, it's
Over.
kind of.
I like spoke to him. I spoke to him recently about it,
Your birthday?
and he had a few concerns. Like number one, his address. Number two, it's a lot of work. Like he won't let people go in the basement unless he like fully dresses it up like he did for my Sweet 16. And like that's a lot of work, which is what he like, even though it's not necessary, but like that's his mind.
We could keep it in the backyard. We don't know. We have to ask him. We don't actually know he's going to say yes, because sometimes we've asked him and he said yes. Other times he said no. Because realistically, it's very similar to how they used to do business in home wellness previews. Like that's kind of how it was. If not, let's say Mike's backyard, but if not, do we have any ideas for alternatives on where, you know what I was just thinking and wondering? I don't know if it's the right space for it though. Would Oblong be an option?
Yeah, we could probably do it at Oblong.
I don't think that's the right space for it.
Yeah.
We could just set up a bunch of chairs, make it the right.
It's really tiny.
Yeah. What else? What other options do we have?
Yeah, Moy, I was thinking park too, but I don't know if that would work.
I know I thought about that for a second as well. It's just, but it would also be kind of funny if we were like doing demos with people, for instance, and we're just randos were walking by.
Yeah.
I don't like it. No, I don't
We're
like it
not,
one
we're
bit.
not selling products.
I know. Otherwise, yeah, we'd have to go the route of renting a studio space. That just factors in, we'd have to factor that into cost for us. How did we do that last time? Oh yeah, we had ticket admission price cover our costs. It was like $10, I think.
You know what? Having a ticket though is really,
Really
good.
good.
For accountability.
I know, I was just thinking that, like, you make people pay, even if it's like $5.
Yeah, I think we actually might want to charge a ticket price.
I agree.
Literally just so that people actually like
Show up. I agree.
So,
We did $10 last time.
yeah,
We can just
I
do the
think
same.
$10 is smart.
Yeah, agreed. Okay. So then, yeah, like any other idea in terms of location that we can do in the event that my uncle's not down? We did the
I'm
I
gonna
yoga.
think
like-
we could talk about that later. I think location is something we could talk about later.
Yeah, so just keep that in the back of your mind, maybe like take some homework home and like brainstorm. But do we
Yeah, I'll
want to,
talk to my dad.
Yeah.
ASAP.
what do we want to talk about? Like, what's most important to talk about on tonight's call? Do we want to brainstorm content? Like, what do we want to do?
I think like what's gonna make this different than the event that we did in November, number one,
Okay,
and two, like what,
so number one, the reason,
how do we want to invite people to this?
how do we want to what?
What do we want the contents to be, and how do we want to invite people?
Yeah. So I have a few thoughts on each of those. Number one, the reason why I think this is going to be different than our event in November, as it was a great event, but I think we were a little bit indirect. We were a little like read between the lines kind of when it came to the event, because we were inviting people to a wellness experience, which was great. We were sharing the products with them. But with this event, I want people to know that they're being invited to explore a business opportunity.
Right.
Like, this is a recruiting event, and I want them to understand with full transparency why we're inviting them in particular. So I think this event as well, like Sophia said, we're not looking to sell products. Maybe we'll have the wellness products in the background just for people to like drink the water, for instance, or whatever. Like, it's kind of
Yeah.
like background noise.
Mhm.
But we're here to specifically talk to them about what's on the table and what is available and why this is an opportunity worth getting involved with today. So
Yeah.
a second aspect of that is painting an image, a picture. It's like a pitch for what we were saying, a pitch for like MeCan, a pitch for Sovereign Life. Why this is so relevant in today's climate, especially.
But keep in mind, why would someone want to work? Like, why would someone want to partner with us specifically? That
So
we need to
that's
keep in mind when we're like
right.
investing, and yeah.
So that's part of the
Why
pitch.
us? Why now?
Why us? Why now? That's part of the pitch, right? Like, it's not just, okay, there's an opportunity here. It's an opportunity that exists solely with us.
I mean, like when we're invited, you know what I mean? Like, it's because with our other event, like it was so much easier to tell somebody like,
Yes.
you're gonna be it's wellness, right? You're gonna be introduced to this, like it's a like-minded community, like that's more open-ended, and people are like, oh yeah, I love wellness, like I'll come check it out. Versus this is like, hey, I have a business opportunity for you. What's gonna make somebody like not run away from that? Well, like what's gonna make somebody be like, oh, business
we're
opportunity, like
not necessarily going to invite them by saying, I have a business opportunity for you, but we want to make it clear in the invite that this is the conversation that's going to be had.
I know. I'm just saying, what type of business opportunity, like the way that you
I
frame
think
it.
it goes back to the idea, like similar to the contact and invite. The reason why I'm reaching out to you is because you are somebody that is incredibly open-minded, or you are somebody who is incredibly kind-hearted. You care about having a positive impact on the people around you. And maybe like you're looking to, I don't know, like one aspect about financial income or something like that. Like
Yeah.
the same way that we reach out
You've
to
always
people.
been super self-motivated.
Yes.
I know that you are really passionate about building wealth and living an extraordinary life. So
Like-
I wanted to invite you to learn about something
Yeah.
really awesome.
Yeah, exactly. I think it would be the same approach as the contact and invite, only the difference is instead of inviting them to get on a call, we're inviting them to come to an event, an opportunity to connect more with the actual community behind this and explore
Yeah.
the opportunity
Listen,
further.
if they say no, that's cool. That's
Yeah.
fine. I'm totally okay with that.
Exactly.
They're just like, I don't want to start a business.
Exactly.
Great. Thanks for telling me, because I don't want you to join them. because
Exactly.
that's just, I'm here to help people build businesses. So.
Exactly.
But yeah. And I think we're gonna reach out to, like, I'm not just gonna send this invite out to my friends.
No.
Like the last one, I invited all my friends.
Exactly.
This one, I'm gonna invite the most entrepreneurial people I know.
Exactly.
And if they don't come, fine. But and it's also about, like, I think it's also about making it relevant to today.
Yeah.
Right now, we're in the midst of a recession, right?
Mhm.
Everyone keeps talking about recession and the cost of living is going up. Like, there's never been a better time to start a side hustle.
Recession proof your life.
Literally never been a better time to start a side hustle, to start creating additional income. And maybe the person you're talking to doesn't specifically need that, but they for sure know other people who need that,
Mm-hmm.
who are struggling. And wouldn't it be great if you could be the person
Who bridges
who
that gap.
bridges the gap and puts other people on?
Exactly.
you know?
Exactly.
Then you have a service that actually really matters in today's day and age. So that's all gonna be also part of how we pitch it when
Exactly.
we're actually at the event. We really have to, it's why us, why now?
Yeah.
That's the conversation we're
Mhm.
having.
But I think in terms of how we invite people, it's going to be no different than really the contact and invite. It's just we're going to be more
Yeah.
direct with respect to, yeah, like more direct with respect to the business opportunity.
We could even have this be like a Saturday morning thing where it's kind of like a Saturday morning business meeting and we have like coffee and like scones. And
I
stuff.
love that. Oh my God, I love that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cause then it's like, okay, now go about the rest of your day. Let that
Right.
marinate. What up?
Right.
No, I love that. I love that. Cause you know what? I don't want to be sitting
More
there.
direct like that. My dad would be okay with it.
Yeah, because I don't want to be sitting there for 4 hours with people. No,
Same.
I love
I-
that. I
It's
love
gonna
that.
be quick and easy.
Coffee and
like, it's a
scones.
business pitch. Like,
Exactly.
you're gonna feel like you came for a business pitch.
And you know what? We'll get content from it too, because I want to be able to like have things that we can then share afterwards. But anyways, that was just a
Yeah.
thought that I had. Coffee and scones, perfect, done. Okay. So yeah, that's kind of how I see it. And then you had 2 more questions, Sav, about, there was one other thing that you mentioned that I had a
Maybe we
thought.
should call it recession proof your life and then in small letters and help others do it too. Like, what do you think is gonna get the attention of the entrepreneurial minded person?
That's what
Of
we
the
are.
ideal partner.
That's what we want to think about. Remember,
Someone who's like think of someone you know right now who's like a full-on entrepreneur. Like they got their own shit going.
yeah, like the person that I keep thinking of, not for anything, is like Sorella and like
So do I.
Ernesto.
I'm
Those
like,
are the 2
wow, how would
people.
and maybe they're not our ideal partner.
But like that kind of energy in
And,
terms
who
of like
else? Like Janelle.
Janelle.
That's another person. Like, how would you pitch this to Janelle? She knows nothing about Nika.
yeah, exactly. It's like they're hungry, but they
Yeah.
are hungry for the right opportunity.
Yeah.
That's kind of how we want to cater it a little bit
We
more.
gotta show them why this is a really good business model for our day and age.
Yeah. Because we get it. Like this is an all-inclusive community. At the end of the day, there's a spot here for every single person. You want to connect more with like-minded individuals? Yeah, we got that. You want to develop as a person? Yeah, we got that. You want mentorship? Yeah, we got that. You want a better solution for total health and wellness? Yeah, we got that. But we need builders right now.
Yeah.
We need people who are motivated by the idea of being the first ones at this and building it out
Yeah.
to no end. You know, like they love all those other things too, right? Like they're in alignment with all those other things, but especially the fact that they want to be a part of something. They want to have an active role in building it out because they understand the opportunity. So that's who we're speaking to at this event. Though we're speaking to people who are more capable than us.
Right.
That's what we're doing,
Straight up. Straight up.
which can feel intimidating.
It's gonna feel intimidating.
But at the end of the day, there's a lot of humility in that and understanding that we're asking for help.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing, we're the only ones standing in the way of the value that this thing has to offer. Like it really does hold so much value. That is not to be in question in any way. And we just need the people who are going to help us share that with the world.
Yeah, like we're not, the invite shouldn't be like, we want to help you build a business. It should be, we want you to help us.
Exactly.
Build a business. So come learn about it. See
Exactly.
what you think. See if there's any way that you think you could lend your expertise or connections or whatever. But like, we know this is really valuable. We need your help. So like,
Exactly.
we'd love for you to come learn more.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's the approach
It's like,
my
how
uncle
would you
took.
ask an investor to invest in your business? You'd say, this is it. This is the problem we're solving. This is why it's so valuable right now.
We need your help.
We need your help.
We need, exactly.
know?
Exactly.
But guys, the only thing about that is sometimes when you use that approach, people like think like, oh yeah, let me like, I don't know, like they try to help in a way that isn't getting you somebody else, but is also not beneficial for the business. Like I'm trying to think of someone, but I've had this scenario happen.
Yeah,
but that's okay though, because our actual event will be very clear in terms of how they can help.
Right.
Like we will guide them. They might be thinking this, that, and the next when we first ask them the question, but once they show up to the event to learn more, they'll get an understanding of how they can actually help.
Right.
It will make sure that it's very clear in terms
Oh, you're saying part of the invite.
yes, yeah, like the call to action and all of that will make it very clear on how someone will help. But the point is why we're inviting this person is because we know that they'd be capable of getting us from point A to point B, and that there's value here to be captured.
Yeah, and that they're gonna directly benefit
From
from
it.
helping the whole community grow,
Exactly.
you know?
Exactly. I feel like I just got a lot of clarity too from that. Like,
Yeah.
it's literally the approach my uncle took when he got started.
Yeah.
So we're going back to square one, guys. Like,
We are going back to square one.
yeah. But there was one other thing you mentioned, Sav, that I had a thought about. I remember you had like 3 main points. The last
Wait.
one.
About what we needed to do.
You mentioned like, how is this going to be different than the last event? Something else and then something else.
How it's gonna be different. How are we gonna like what's gonna make somebody want to like come to a business opportunity about something? And
what is the content be? How are we going to invite them, and how is it going to be different? Those were the 3 questions.
I think it was, yeah, I think there was one other thing. But anyways, if it comes back.
But
then-
like, yeah, like how are we, so then, okay, so they get there, so we've gotten to the point where now they're at the event, and so is it going to be just like that ending kind of pitching that we did at the end of the last event, where we kind of
It's
just
gonna be different.
It's gonna be different. Yeah. Like, I think
We are
like
doing,
you
do a
talk about the 4
bit.
quadrant, then a talk, so like, is it going to be like that one or no?
I don't think it's gonna be that. That was the Life on Purpose call. I don't think it's gonna be that.
a completely different pitch.
I think what we need to talk about is kind of what we're discussing right now on this call. Like, why us? Why now?
Yeah.
Those are the 2 main things.
we need to have a presentation about our vision. Our vision.
Yeah,
for the
but I
future.
think that's part of like why us and why now. I think it's integrated into it.
I think like some sort of like trying to think like when businesses pitch to you, it's never about pitching like this is our business, this is what we do, this is what we want you to do. It's always about like this is the big vision that we have. Do you want to be a part of it?
Not necessarily. Think about Shark Tank.
Okay, but I'm not talking about Shark Tank. That's
They're
completely
like, this is
different.
our product. This is why.
Very different than what I'm referring to. I'm thinking like, I'm just thinking like what would entice, like it would be me wanting to be part of something big and like going big picture, like this is what we're creating.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Almost like and having a presentation,
Yeah.
almost PowerPoint or something that kind of shows that.
I agree, but I think that's going to be baked into, like, I think the 2 main questions we need to tackle is why us, why now? And I think that our
I'm getting
vision is going to be
down.
baked into that.
Okay,
I'm not saying, yeah, I'm saying it's just something that needs to be
Hmm.
done, not that it's one or the, that's not that it's the only thing.
What if we decided to host like a meeting at the round table and we only invited a very few amount of
That really limited.
regular events, but we'll make them more intimate? Because I think that one of the biggest like things when you're talking to someone who's maybe a little bit further down the road is like they will be more likely to come and to pay attention if like they feel like they're getting special treatment and they're getting like access to something that no one has access to yet. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Creating like a level of kind of like
Exclusivity.
exclusivity around it, you know. And then part of the invite is like we've only invited 10 people to this event and you're one of them,
I like that.
you know.
I like that a lot in the invite.
So that might be just like in a more
Then how do you go about that when it comes
and we have
to
everyone like
the amount of people we have on our
like
team?
have a full-on presentation, like PowerPoint
Yeah.
presentation. And then
Yeah, how do you go about that when we have a whole bunch of people on our team?
how many people are on this call right now?
Okay, but still that only leaves like each person a seat to hand out.
Yeah, no, but I think she's just giving an example. Like, maybe it's 20 people instead of 10 people, or it's 15 or whatever. But what if we just try it?
Yeah,
What if we just try it and then we go from there and we see how we iterate the next time around? Because I do like the idea of
How do
literally,
you invite, like, it doesn't make sense, like, you wait for the person to confirm before inviting somebody else, like, it doesn't make any sense if you have a limited amount of people that you can have.
I think it does make sense because
Like
I
what we
think
say-
like we're looking for quality over quantity. Like
We're not listening, it doesn't make sense.
no,
with
I get what she's saying, but what I'm saying is what if we just decide, okay, each of us has 3 spots to fill.
right.
So maybe you start by inviting your A team, your first 3. And you wait for them to get back to you. Or
Yeah, I'm not sure yet, I'll get back to you.
right, but then you follow up, you let them know, I need to know by this date because we're only inviting 10 people to this event, and right now you're one of them,
Yeah,
right? So it's one of those ideas where like you give them a timeline to respond by first off. So it creates urgency. And then if they don't get back to you, you move on to the next person on your list. Like let's say they don't go back to you within 48 hours. Move on to the next person. Maybe after those 48 hours are done, they get back to you and they're like, you know what, I'd like to come. Could always be like, unfortunately, we filled the spot, but hopefully there will be one more available for you next time around, or something like that. Like
Mhm.
it creates
like
hype.
Exclusivity.
exactly. It's like hype. It's like, this thing must be important. you
Yeah,
know?
I like it. I like it. I like it. I
That's
like
how I
it.
too.
Like Daniel G talks about it all the time when it comes to like, he's like, yeah, I'm on the phone bullshitting right now. Like I do not have another call that's coming up, but I'm gonna let that person know that they have this amount of time to actually get back to me before I move on to the next. Now,
Yeah.
obviously, we're not saying like that's what we're gonna do, but it's just, yeah, there's
I
something to
think
be
it just
said
might
for
be so much more
What would this timeline be? Because then, I don't know, I just find it limits,
decide.
it limits like let's say, then you're really playing with time here with people like accepting. I don't know.
Yeah,
Not
but
really. If anything, it
possible.
forces people to actually commit to coming as well.
Yeah,
Like, then
like
they're
it
full.
creates urgency. Like I need to know.
and then I wouldn't charge tickets in that case. Like I
Right,
wouldn't make someone
right,
buy a ticket.
right.
It's like they're getting a personal
Invite, exactly. So
Yeah.
it's I need to know by this date whether like you are like RSVP by this date. Like you almost do like a round. It's my
Yeah.
first round of invites. This
And
round
it's
of
something
invites
that could
getting
happen, like, I don't think this needs 3 weeks to plan. This is a type of event that you could do like every weekend or every other weekend.
that's what we're saying. Like it can be a regular thing, but yeah, like you can do it in rounds. Like you have your list, you have your A list, your B list, your C list. Start with your A list. You give them maybe 48 hours to respond. Like we have to create the window ourselves and
Right.
decide. And then no response from there, you move on to the B list, or they respond, you move on to the next person on your list. Just creates urgency and it creates like a committed decision. You
Okay.
know, and you're not wasting your own time.
I kind of like it.
Like this is not necessary. So then this is not the kind of thing that we're promoting on our social media, which to
Right.
be honest, all the people that came to the last event were people that came through direct invite. Like they did not come through
Totally.
social media. So it doesn't need to be. Whereas the wellness event that you're talking about, Savannah, can be more on social media.
Public.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully we got some solid partners who can help us really push that out
yeah.
to the masses when we do it.
Exactly.
But the first and foremost is like rebuilding our team and really like setting the frequency for what we want to attract.
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
Soul Tribe. Soul Tribe.
Love it. I'm
Mhm.
down for that.
Okay.
Cool.
Sick. I think that is solid.
So would we want to do like one of these before I leave, or do we still want to do this after in
I
August?
think we just decided we're gonna do it when everyone's available.
Yeah.
Rather than try to rush it, we'll just make the decision that like everyone's here, let's do it this day. And then we'll go from there with a regular rhythm.
In terms
Yeah.
of everyone else on our team, they were not this call, so you know, they don't have a say in the date, but we'll send this video in the group chat and
I
we
think
will
we should wait till
say,
August to do this.
huh?
I don't think this is something that's really simple. I don't think we should wait till August to do it.
So the reason why we're
All
waiting
right,
until
we'll do it.
August.
We'll do it July 16 then. But you have a problem with that,
Well,
so
that weekend, yeah, that's like
exactly. That's why we're waiting. We're gonna wait.
probably when I celebrate my birthday, so that wouldn't really work.
Yeah, but then we can't push it back the weekend after because then Sam's not here. So that's what
So
we're
it's
saying.
like, it doesn't make sense to not do it because you're not available one week and then to do
Okay,
it.
but it's not about that. It's like that's in 2 weeks versus 3 weeks. There's such a difference.
Yeah, but the point is we're pushing it to August so that everyone can be here. That's what we're saying.
That to take place like every 2 weeks.
So why don't we do one?
Like it's not an event like we were talking about before. It's like something that it's not an event. It's just inviting people, is what I'm saying. Just inviting people to learn as we would in like a weekly call. Like if it was what we were saying, I get it. Like I agree.
Yeah, so 2 weeks is the
Talking about.
16th. That's what-
But we don't even have a thing yet. We have to have that planned first.
To invite people? No, this is the plan.
This is the plan. We just made it.
We need a thing of what we're gonna talk about and stuff.
Like what you want
Yeah.
to send out as an invite.
Yeah.
Okay, listen.
I also would like you guys to, sorry, but like I'd like you guys to be there whenever I do. So for my birthday, it's just that weekend.
That's why we're gonna do it on the 13th, August 13th. That's the day that we are going to start this rhythm.
Saying it's really late.
Okay, if we
Just
did
do it
one-
without me, guys. Honestly,
I was just
it's
gonna say,
causing a
if we did one-
problem.
listen, if we do one
I'm
on,
just
I
confused,
don't
like,
think that's fair. I don't think it's fair now that we're like gonna not do it
but
because
it's not that we're only doing one. It's like we continue doing them is what I was saying.
no, I know that's why. Why can't we just do it on the 16th for the same reason?
Then
That's
that
why I
takes,
don't wanna
that's,
do that.
then an entire month, nobody on the team can have this event. Or this thing that could help.
we
Like
can't do other things. Doesn't mean we can't do other things in that month. We can do other things.
There's other things that need
There's-
to
there's a
be
lot to be
There's a
done.
lot that needs to-
in-person things.
Well, we
Yeah.
can do in-person things. Yeah, we can do a team building event. Like, I think we should do that. I don't know. Like, but there's other things to be done. It's just like we can just decide this is going to be the recruiting event and then focus on other things. I don't know. Like, there's a lot of, I don't know.
I honestly, I feel no ways if you guys want to do it when Savannah wants to do it. Like like she said, there's gonna be more. So when I come back, I'll join in for that one. Like it's not a big deal at all to me.
Yeah.
I do not feel upset. Like I would not feel any way about it. So totally okay with it.
Like I was just meaning like it like makes sense to start sooner rather than waiting a month and a half. Like not because you're not here, Sam, or anything. Like it's just like it's a long time to wait to do something that's not even a big event. Like it's just us
Okay, no one
um, to come.
Agreed. do it. You should do it then. Like do it the 22nd weekend.
Okay, we'll continue to discuss this later.
Okay.
But I think right now, the 13th is like a for sure set date.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. That is like hands down.
So what type of event would that be?
That's the recruiting event.
Like this or
Mhm.
because
yeah,
well this is like an exclusive thing.
right.
Yeah, that's what we're
It's
saying.
like an event.
Still an
It
event.
is an event. I think it's better this way. Because whoever we invite is really gonna take it seriously.
I agree. Like,
So the 13th is the exclusive event?
yes.
Okay.
I think this is a better way to do our recruiting events because like we need to build our core,
Meaningful.
like my dad keeps talking about
Core circle of influence.
core circle of influence, but also mass, what is it? Critical mass.
Yeah.
We need to get critical mass, which means if we're gonna do it efficiently, means we need to find the right partners. That's what my dad did in the beginning. That is why he succeeded. He went to the most entrepreneurial and influential person that he knew, a guy who was already a millionaire. that was the first business partner that he signed. You know, and it got him farther faster. He got someone on his team who was better than he was.
Yeah.
So that's what we want. We want to find those people who are going to be better at this than we are, someone who's more influential, more entrepreneurial. And I think that the best way to go about finding those people is to really give them like a personalized experience,
Yeah.
to let them know, like, we really value you, and we also value ourselves. We also take this super seriously. That's why we're not just sharing it with anyone. We're just specifically like inviting you into our home to get this like formal business presentation.
Yeah.
Love.
Yeah, I agree. I was also just thinking about pre-launch, like the 90-day run, the idea of pre-launch and like all the things to get in order. But anyways, I'm just thinking.
And this isn't something that we don't need to do it like this forever, but I think that, you know, when you're building an A team, you need to have the right players on your team. Like if you're gonna go to the World Cup, you want to get like the best players in the world on your team.
Yeah.
So that's what we're trying to do, is just build our team with really like solid partners so that we can start sponsoring faster and like more people, you know, we can get the
Mhm.
word out faster by leveraging
Definitely.
the skill set of people who are like way better at this than we are.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Totally.
So then based off of that, how many seats do we want to actually fill? First off, are we going to do this at the round table? I think it would be cool if we did. I just don't think we need to necessarily, because we can still do it outside. But how many seats would even be available? If there's 5 of us as is, 6 of us, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I don't think we'd sit at the table.
5. So how many
We could
invites
also
per
do it in
person?
the house,
3?
like in the living
I
room.
don't think we'd
I do it
we'd
like a
sit
PowerPoint.
at the table because there's only like 10 seats.
Yeah.
Yeah, we wouldn't necessarily be sitting there. We can like get other seats.
Yeah.
There's 5 of us here.
Yeah.
I
Say
think
two.
that having 10 would be good, and inviting 2 each. And then of course we will see what the team, like we'll put this out there to the rest of our team members and be like, hey,
Right.
do you guys want to participate in this? Yes or no? If they do, then maybe we'll open up some more seats.
But that would require people to actually show up to the call every time. Because this is the group that's on the calls regardless.
Yeah.
Like,
I know. Like
regardless of the situation, we're here. So
I know. I'm wondering if we should even open.
people that show up get first priority. That's how I see it.
Right. So then how would that work in terms of availability for seats? So we are saying naturally the 5 of us are gonna have 2 seats.
Well, let's just see if whoever does this video, whoever watches it and reaches out to their sponsor to say, hey, I want to be a part of this, and shows the initiative to want to be a part of it, then we take it into consideration and then you figure it out from there.
Okay, cool.
I might even just go out and send voice notes to the more active members on my team.
Yeah.
Just be like, hey, this is what we're doing. If you want in, this is what the requirement is going to be. If that sounds good to you, like give me a heads up, and then we'll organize from there.
And what's the requirement? What are we saying is the requirement?
Show up on the Monday team calls from this point moving forward.
Yeah.
And then the next requirement is you got to fill the 2 seats. You got to fill the seats that are given to you.
Yeah. Okay.
Fill them with some important people.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
And of course, we'll work on like an invite message together so that
Yeah,
we can effectively reach out to these people.
absolutely.
You know, no one's on their own.
Yeah. Okay.
Right, solid plan, guys. Solid plan.
So let's do that. And let them know that like they will have to let one of us, you let their sponsor know by next Monday, no later. Whether or not this is something they want to be a part of.
Love it.
Cool.
Okay. Well, I think it's been an effective call. I'm really
Mhm.
excited.
Me too.
It's gonna be
Yes,
a new way of doing things. We're changing things up a little bit, folks.
Right.
I love it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, guys.
Okay.
Have any other thoughts for this?
Yeah, I think I'm good too.
Oh,
What do we got? Okay, well, guys, we got 3
3
days left in the month.
That's what I was just gonna say.
Let's do it. Now
Yeah.
this is crunch time.
Free shipping.
Remember to follow up on all your leads.
Yeah.
Follow up.
Mhm.
Follow up on all the conversations we've had in the last weeks.
Sam, what did you think of the video?
Which video?
I sent in the leadership team. I asked
Oh,
for a vote.
I did not even see it. Honestly, I have to look. I
Yeah.
will respond right away.
Yeah, and then because then I'll send it to the team so you guys can use.
If you haven't done it yet, call some people up,
Mhm.
tell them about the sleep system, ask them for referrals.
Yep.
Make just honestly just put yourself out there, make phone calls because it works, even though you think it might not, and just detach yourself from the outcome. Just do yourself a favor and just detach yourself from the outcome.
Yeah.
Just get involved with the process of just putting the word out,
Sharing information.
you know, and
Yeah.
what comes of it, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got some pretty hot incentives on the table. So I'm going to be fighting all of you for the top volume producer incentive.
Is it top volume producer? Or
It's top PPV. It's top PPV. So far I'm in the lead, and
Hey, what incentive?
come for me if you want, but you're not going to beat me.
What incentive?
There's like a whole list of incentives for Jan. One of them is like top PPV.
When was this?
No, I don't remember this either.
What do you
So
mean?
I don't-
We talked about the first week of this month. We had a whole call about it. I don't know if either. You
No, there was no top PPV.
Yeah, there is. Go look at the incentives for June document
Well, where do I find them?
in the chat.
Okay, I'm gonna go make some calls. Bye, everyone.
Bye, Sana.
Have a good night. Bye.
So if I'm looking, I don't see it. You can also stop recording.